Hey guys, it's Tuesday, so let's talk about money. Let's talk about how I hate my intro. I hate my intro. How do I change that? All right, so a lot of people who follow my channel follow Dave Ramsey. He's the get out of debt guy. I think you should be out of debt as well. I'm the get out of debt girl. So there are 7 things that I have heard him say over and over and over again. Pretty fair to say that he thinks it is completely dumb, that it's a bad idea. Stupid is a bad word in our household. Kids think it's a legit bad word. They think it's a curse to say that word. So we don't say that, but he really doesn't think it's smart. Let's go with that. He thinks it's not smart to do these things. And these are things that a lot of people do. A lot of people think that these are not dumb. They think that they are smart and that they do them often. But when you get inundated in the Dave Ramsey culture, then you pretty quickly figure out that these are not so smart things according to the Dave Ramsey community. And I happen to agree. I don't think that they really are smart financial decisions. All right, at the very top of my list is something that I actually had never even heard about until I started listening to Dave Ramsey, which is probably a good thing that I had never heard of it, which meant that I had never stepped foot in one of these places. Stepped foot? Payday lenders. I have heard Dave say that payday lenders are only have these establishments in certain communities. I guess I'm lucky that I have never lived in a community that had them, or I probably would have walked in. I probably would have done this. Payday lenders are, I guess, where you can go in and you can get an advancement on your paycheck. So you go in, they'll give you money, and then they take your paycheck when your paycheck comes in a week or 2 weeks or what have you, and it's like a crazy high interest rate, and then they come after you, and they're kind of like mafia style and really nasty business. I'm really happy I've never gotten involved with them, but supposedly it can be scary stuff. So he says payday lenders are something you should never do, never do. So that's number 1. Second on the list is to use credit cards. All right, credit cards. Probably heard him say this one. If you know anything about him, he says to cut up your credit cards, never use them. He really feels strongly against credit cards, and he thinks that you should not use them, that they steal your wealth because you're making all these payments to your credit cards, and it's better just to have money in the bank. If you don't have the money, don't buy it. Don't use credit cards. He thinks it's ridiculous when people talk about points and their rewards that they get with their credit cards. He says, no. Nobody gets rich off of their credit card reward points or whatever they get back. He says it's not going to make you rich. So credit cards are a no-go. Third is whole life insurance. He says that whole life insurance is the payday lender of the middle class. Whole life insurance is a bad idea, he says. Whole life, it confuses me. I've heard him explain it so many times on his radio show. And basically it's like an investment product within life insurance. And he says you should just buy life insurance because it's insurance. It's an insurance policy. You shouldn't use your life insurance as an investment product because it's a really bad investment product, and you would make more money putting the money that you pay per month into a fruit jar over 10 years than you would to putting it into this whole life policy. So he says definitely do not get a whole life policy, and like I said, payday lender of the middle class. I don't have one. I've never had one. Never got into whole life. Apparently a lot of people's friends become insurance agents for these policies, and then that's how people get into them because their friends are selling them to them, and I don't have any friends that are selling them. Guess that's lucky. Car leases. He calls it a fleece. He says you're getting fleeced if you have a car lease. So don't get a car lease. It's a dumb idea. Co-signing don't co-sign for somebody ever. Don't co-sign for your children. Don't co-sign for your friends, especially for your cousins. Don't co-sign for friends. Don't co-sign for people. It always ends badly, or most often ends badly, and it changes your relationship with that person. And co-signing is just not a good idea. I've never done that. Now, when I was in my 20s, I had a series of bad relationships. Well, they were good. Long-term relationships. Anyway, bad relationships. Early 20s. And so I got really into Dr. Laura. You might have heard of her. So I read her 10 Stupid Things Women Do to Mess Up Their Lives. And that was like Bible to me. I was really into it. And I do think it helped me relationship-wise to become smarter. And so in that book, she says not to shack up. She was very adamant, do not shack up, which means to live with somebody before you're married. And actually, I did follow that advice, and I think that was good advice. So shacking up is a no-go. He says it's bad also financially if you live together and you buy a house together because you become a joint partnership, and it makes everything really messy if you decide to break up as far as who owns that house and yada, yada, yada. So shacking up, he really doesn't like that. And then last but not least is buying a house while you're still in debt. And my husband and I did do this, and it was not smart. It was not smart because as soon as you move into that house, something will happen, something big, like a sewer line needing to be replaced. That's very expensive, more than $100, more in the thousands of dollars. And if you're in debt and you don't have a lot of money in your bank account, you don't have a savings account, then it's going to be scary, really scary, a lot more scary than when you're in an apartment. Because when something breaks in an apartment, you just call up the landlord and they have to come and fix it. You don't have to deal with it. And so if you're in debt, it's not a great idea to buy a house. Personal experience on that one. All right, so that is it for this video. If there are some other things that you have heard Dave mention that he thinks are just not smart, then leave this down below in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Or if some of these things are new to you, that'd be interesting as well. Or if you disagree, that's fine too. Then leave a comment. And if it's your first time here, be sure to subscribe. I'm here every single Tuesday talking all about money and hoping to inspire you to get out of debt and to build wealth for yourself and for your family, to leave a legacy. And it also helps to inspire me to continue on our own journey towards wealth and financial independence. Okay, thank you guys so much. Talk to you in the next video.